The anonymous package arrived on my doorstep at dusk, wrapped in plain brown paper with no return address, its contents spilling out like a curse when I tore it open. A faded photograph of my family from 20 years ago, my face circled in red marker, with the words "You don't belong here" scrawled across it. My breath caught as I stood there in the fading Oregon twilight, the salty sea breeze carrying whispers of waves crashing below the cliffs. I'm Sophia Reyes, 44, a single mom and bookstore owner who inherited this coastal bungalow from my estranged aunt. A place to start fresh with my daughter Mia, 13, after a messy divorce left us shattered. But Regina Blackwood, the CHOA president, turned our quiet enclave into a prison of paranoia, her watchful eyes and iron rules driving neighbors to despair. Shed fine families for laughing too loud at barbecues, demanded houses be painted in approved shades of beige, and whispered threats that made people vanish overnight. Little did Regina know, the hidden diary in my aunt's attic revealed a web of blackmail and buried scandals that would drag her into the abyss she created. What would you do if a neighbor unearthed your darkest secrets to save their home? Share your tale below and tell me where you're watching from. Make show as shadows touch us all. 7 months ago, Mia and I fled the city lights for Seaview, our bungalow a charming 1950s relic with salt-flecked shutters and a garden overlooking the Pacific where the roar of waves promised peace after years of courtroom battles and empty promises. We unpacked boxes filled with books and memories, Mia stringing fairy lights across the porch, her laughter blending with gull cries as we planted lavender in honor of my aunt's love for the scent. Neighbors nodded politely at first, their modern estates perched on the cliffs like sentinels. But the atmosphere chilled when Regina's sleek Jaguar purred up our drive, her heels stabbing the gravel like accusations. Early 60s, with raven hair streaked silver and a gaze that pierced souls. She handed me a $800 fine for our fairy lights, claiming they violated light pollution covenants. Your whimsical decorations disrupt our serene aesthetic, she intoned, her voice velvet over venom. I protested, showing my aunt's deed from 1952, exempting the property from her HOA. She smiled thinly. Compliance is non-negotiable, dear. The fines escalated like a rising tide. $600 for overgrown lavender, $954 MIA's bike on the lawn, $1,300 for unapproved window curtains. My savings, already strained, evaporated to $5,200, and Mia withdrew, her sketches turning dark, whispering about the woman who stares from the shadows. Anger simmered in me, not just at Regina, but at my powerlessness, Mai's joy fading like the coastal fog. Then came the whispers, strange murmurs from the attic at night, like voices debating in hushed tones. One foggy evening, Mia bolted awake, trembling about footsteps overhead, and I climbed the ladder to find dust motes dancing under the eaves, a loose panel revealing a velvet-bound diary. My aunt's handwriting filled pages with elegant script, but her words twisted into nightmare. Regina leads the circle. They meet under the full moon, trading secrets for silence. Blackmail binds them all. My pulse quickened diary detailed Regina's grip on Seaview, her files of scandals, affairs, embezzlement, hidden addictions, used to extract fines and force sales. Horror crept in as I read of disappearances, neighbors who questioned her vanishing, their homes sold cheap to her allies. Was Mia next? I hid the diary, my hands icy, and installed hidden cameras, their lenses watchful as guardians. The next night, footage showed Regina slipping through my garden, her face a mask of malice, planting something under my porch, fake evidence. Mia clung to me, her whispers chilling. Mom, she knows our secrets. The anonymous package came soon after, the photo from my pasta family picnic before the divorce with a note. Leave or we expose everything. My ex's secrets, my own hidden pains, all threatened. Dread turned to fury as I called Lena Torres, an investigative lawyer who'd toppled HOAs before. Her office smelled of files and fight as she pored over the diary. This is dynamite, Sophia. Regina's running a blackmail ring disguised as an HOA, stealing $980,000 in coerced fees. We filed for discovery, but Regina struck back, her shadow lengthening, the murmurs louder, symbols scratched into our door like warnings. My heart raced. Mia wasn't safe. Lena suggested a confrontation. Revealed the diary at the HOA meeting. Cameras live, authorities poised. In the county hall, the air thick with history's dust, we uncovered records of missing persons, all linked to Regina's midnight circle. Neighbors confided in whispers, terrified of her hold, finds that bankrupted them, secrets that silenced them. The meeting approached, and I felt the weight of my aunt's legacy, but Maya's hand in mine fueled my resolve. Friday night, the Seaview hall thrummed with 90 neighbors, the air heavy with tension and stale coffee. Regina commanded the podium, her slides damning my bungalow as a blight. Me a disruptive force. She called for my banishment, her voice thunderous. I rose, diary in hand, my voice firm amid the storm in my chest. Sophia Reyes and Regina Blackwood is a blackmailer and thief. I read from the diary, exposing her scandals, and played footage of her planting fakes. Her face contorted in rage. Gasps echoed as I revealed her $980,000 theft. We're victims of her circle, I said, holding up proof. Regina lunged, shrieking, but agents surged in, cuffs clicking for extortion and fraud. Her wail faded. You'll regret this, as they hauled her away, her silver streaking like defeat. 5 months later, I sat with Mia on our porch, her fairy lights twinkling, her sketches vibrant with ocean dreams. Regina got 8 years, her ring dismantled, the HOA gone, neighbors flourished, sharing gardens and stories, not secrets. We founded the Eliza Hayes Freedom Fund, aiding HOA victims nationwide, and MIA's laughter, pure and free, was my triumph. The waves whispered Tom's peace, and I knew Wed conquered the shadows. Drop your HOA shadow tale. Below, let's illuminate these tyrants. Subscribe for more stories of everyday warriors defeating corruption, and hit the bell for next week's yarn of a baker sweetening revenge on a greedy mayor. Thanks for watching HOA Stories, where light always banishes the dark.